Relationships thrive on connection, but they also require space. This is where boundaries come in. Boundaries are the limits we set to protect ourselves. They are essential for healthy and fulfilling relationships. Imagine a garden. Just as fences protect plants and allow them to flourish, boundaries safeguard our emotional well-being. Without boundaries, relationships can become overwhelming. Resentment and conflict can fester. Boundaries are not about building walls or pushing people away. They are about creating a safe and respectful space for everyone involved. When we understand and communicate our boundaries, we foster healthier and more satisfying relationships. Healthy boundaries are limits we set to define what we find acceptable and unacceptable in our relationships. They act as guidelines that help us navigate our interactions with others, ensuring that we maintain our well-being and respect for ourselves. They are based on our values, needs, and preferences. These boundaries reflect what is important to us and help us communicate our expectations clearly to others. It's about communicating what you will and will not tolerate. By setting these limits, we create a sense of safety and trust in our relationships. Healthy boundaries are not selfish or demanding. They are essential for maintaining our mental and emotional health. They are about taking care of yourself and ensuring your needs are met. This self-care allows us to be more present and supportive in our relationships. It's not about controlling others. Instead, it's about asserting your own needs and feelings in a respectful manner. For example, a healthy boundary might be saying no to a request that you don't have the time or energy for. This helps prevent burnout and ensures you can give your best when you do say yes. It could also be expressing your need for alone time or setting limits on how much personal information you share. Remember, boundaries are individual and unique to each person. What feels comfortable for one person may not feel comfortable for another. It's important to respect these differences and communicate openly. The key is to identify what works best for you. By understanding and respecting your own boundaries, you can create healthier and more fulfilling relationships. Boundaries are crucial for protecting your emotional well-being. They prevent you from feeling overwhelmed, resentful, or taken advantage of. When you set clear boundaries, you communicate your needs and expectations. This allows for healthier communication and reduces misunderstandings. Boundaries foster respect and trust in relationships. When your boundaries are respected, you feel safe and secure. This sense of safety allows you to be more open and vulnerable in your relationships. Ultimately, setting boundaries is an act of self-care. It's about honoring your worth and prioritizing your well-being. Establishing boundaries, practical steps for different relationships. Setting boundaries can feel uncomfortable at first, especially if you're not used to it. It's a skill that requires practice and patience. Start by identifying your needs and values. Take some time to reflect on what truly matters to you. What is important to you in a relationship? Consider aspects like respect, communication, and personal space. Once you have a clear understanding of your needs, you can start communicating them to others. This is a crucial step in maintaining healthy relationships. Be direct and assertive when expressing your boundaries. Clear communication helps prevent misunderstandings. Use I statements to avoid blaming or accusing others. This approach fosters a more constructive dialogue. For example, instead of saying you're always late, try I feel disrespected when you're late. I need you to be on time. This way, you express your feelings without attacking the other person. It's important to be consistent with your boundaries. Consistency reinforces their importance. If you give in to pressure or guilt trips, you send the message that your boundaries are negotiable. Stand firm in your decisions. Remember that setting boundaries is a process. It takes time and practice. Be patient with yourself as you learn and grow. Maintaining boundaries, navigating challenges, and upholding your needs. Maintaining boundaries can be challenging, especially when dealing with people who are used to getting their way. These individuals might not be accustomed to hearing no and could react negatively. You might encounter resistance, guilt trips, or even anger. These reactions can be difficult to handle, but they are a natural part of asserting your needs. It's crucial to stand firm and reiterate your boundaries calmly and assertively. Consistency is key in ensuring that your boundaries are respected. Remember that you have the right to protect your well-being. Taking care of yourself is not selfish. It's necessary for your mental and emotional health. Don't be afraid to set consequences for boundary violations. These consequences should be clear and enforceable. This could be anything from taking a break from the relationship to ending it altogether. Sometimes, stepping away is the best way to uphold your boundaries. It's also important to be mindful of your own behavior. Reflect on how you interact with others and whether you respect their boundaries. Are you respecting the boundaries of others? Mutual respect is the foundation of any healthy relationship. Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect and understanding. Open communication helps in maintaining these relationships. Setting and maintaining boundaries is an ongoing process. It requires continuous effort and vigilance. It requires self-awareness, communication, and a commitment to your own well-being. By prioritizing these aspects, you can navigate challenges and uphold your needs effectively.